Jai Hind, my dear students. Today we will continue with the first chapter, the sentences and the parts of speech. Last week we did kinds of sentences, and today I am going to give you a quick introduction to the 8 parts of speech. And in the following lessons, we will learn more in detail about these 8 parts of speech. So, first of all, what is a part of speech? Well, a part of speech is just a name given to a word based on the job that it does in a sentence. All the words in English language are divided into different classes based on their job within a sentence. Just like how people are divided into different classes based on the job they do. For example, if a person's job is to teach, he or she is in teacher class. If a person's job is to treat ill people, he or she is in doctor class. In the same manner, some words are in noun class, some are in verb, some are in pronoun, and so on according to the job or work it does. So those classes are called parts of speech. Alright, so how many parts of speech are there? There are 8 parts of speech, and we start by talking about the noun. A noun is the name given to a person, place, animal, thing, and feeling. For example, here is a sentence with a lot of nouns. Rosie went to Mumbai by train. Well, the first noun is Rosie. It's the name of a person. The second noun is Mumbai. It's the name of a place. The next noun is train. Train is the name given to a thing. And of course, noun can also be animals like dogs, cats, or it could be a feeling such as love or anger, etc. So, those are all nouns. Now, the next part of speech is pronoun. What is pronoun? So, pronoun is a word that replaces a noun. Replaces means it takes the place of a noun. But you might ask, why should a pronoun do that, right? So, well, take a look at this sentence. Sam is at the park with Sam's mother. Sam really enjoys spending time with Sam's mother. Now that sounds really boring, and that is because we keep repeating Sam and Sam's mother, and we shouldn't talk like this. And to avoid that kind of repetition, we can use pronouns like Sam is at the park with his mother. He really enjoys spending time with her. Here 3 pronouns are used. He, his, and her. And now it sounds better, right? So in the same manner, some other pronouns are I, she, it, you, we, they, them, etc., which we can use in place of noun. Okay, the next part of speech is the adjective. An adjective is a word that describes or modifies a noun or a pronoun. Have a look at these sentences. Joe is a brave boy. Here, the word brave is describing a noun, boy. It is an adjective. Next, they live in a beautiful house. Here, the word beautiful is describing a noun, house. So, it is an adjective. So, an adjective is a word which describes or modifies a noun or a pronoun. Okay, the next part of speech is the verb. Verbs are probably the most important words in English language, and that is because every sentence in English must have a verb. You cannot have a sentence without verbs in English. Now, what does a verb do? Well, a verb is a word that shows an action or a state. State means a situation. For example, in the sentence, Dylan plays cricket 3 times a week. The verb is plays because that's the action. Some other such verbs are run, eat, fly, write, etc. In the next sentence, I am a teacher. The verb is am. Some other such verbs are is and are. Now, I want you to notice a very important difference between these 2 sentences. You notice that in the first sentence, we are talking about a physical action because playing is something that we do physically. But in the second sentence, we are not talking about any physical action. We are just saying, I am a teacher. We call that a state. That means a situation. So verb can show actions, and they can also show states or situations. Those are the two types of verbs. Now let us see another part of speech, and that is adverb. What are adverbs? An adverb is a word which modifies or describes a verb, an adjective, and an adverb. It means an adverb is a word that gives us information about a verb, an adjective, and even an adverb. An adverb usually answers questions like why, where, how, when, etc. For example, let us see that sentence. Yesterday, we walked somewhat slowly in a very beautiful garden. In this sentence, the first adverb is yesterday. That shows us when the action happened. The action here is walk, that is the verb. So here the verb is walk. There's another adverb slowly, and that shows us how the action happened. How did we walk? We walked slowly. So both yesterday and slowly are giving information about the verb walk. And there's another adverb, and that is very. It is giving us information about an adjective beautiful. But you may further want to know how slowly did we walk, isn't it? So the answer is somewhat slowly. Somewhat means something like a little. So somewhat is also an adverb, and it is giving us information about slowly. How slowly? Somewhat slowly. So that's an adverb giving information about another adverb. So you saw the different kind of work that an adverb does here. Alright, the next part of speech is the preposition. Prepositions are the words like in, at, on, by, from, with, before, etc. And these words help us to show the relationship of one word with another word in time, place, and position. For example, I will see you in the school on Monday. Here, the first preposition in shows us the place. Where? In the school. And the second preposition on shows us the time. When? On Monday. So that's what prepositions do. They help us to show relationships in time, place, and position. So the next part of speech is conjunction. Conjunctions are words like and, or, but, so, and because, and they help us to join words or phrases and clauses. Clauses means sentences. For example, in the sentence, Jasmine and Tina are best friends, the conjunction is and, which is helping us to join two words, Jasmine and Tina. In another sentence, I didn't go to school today because I don't feel very well. Here there are two clauses or sentences, and the conjunction because is joining them together. So conjunction is a word which joins words, phrases, or clauses, which means sentence. Alright, the last part of speech that we will look at is the interjections. Interjections are the words that have no real meanings, but they help us to show certain emotions or feelings. For example, the interjection wow shows excitement or amazement. The interjection alas shows sadness or regret. Like if one of my friend's pet dog is dead, I might say alas, his pet dog is dead, and that shows I am sad or I regret that, isn't it? So some other common interjections are hooray, bravo, oh, gorgeous, etc. Interjections are used more commonly while speaking and not so much in writing. And when we write them, we usually put an exclamation mark. Alright, so I hope you understood this lesson. You'll get the exercises from this chapter next week. For kinds of sentences, I've already sent, and for part of speech, you'll get next week. And for any problem, you can give me a call. Till then, take care and stay safe.